The 3 decades I decided to analyze include the 1970s, the 1980s, and the 1990s. I chose these 3 decades because there are events that occurred during these decades that created the framework for modern educational technology, and their impact on society is evident. Based on my completed historical timeline, out of all 6 strands, Strand 2, technology, had the most overreaching effect. During the 1970s, each of the 6 strands had significant events occur. The key developments of the 1970s surfaced in Strand 1, the 3 waves, and Strand 2, technology. These developments included Intel 4004, personal computer, and Telnet. The personal computer was the most influential technological invention of the 1970s. Its impact on society created the medium of delivery for the digital age. Society's influence on the personal computer fulfilled the need to deliver data, information, and communicate. The 1980s also produced some remarkable technological inventions. Strands 5 and 6 produced social change, while Strands 1 through 4 provided innovations that fueled modern technology. The key developments of the 80s were the camcorder, the digital cellular phone, and online learning. Digital cellular phone was the most influential technological invention of the 1980s. It provided a platform for communication. Society's need and demand for convenience sparked its revolution. The 1990s gave rise to the World Wide Web. This invention revolutionized technology and how it would be used for education, business, military, and everyday life. Key developments were the World Wide Web, Java computer language, and the DVD. The World Wide Web. This by far was the greatest technological invention of the 1990s. Its impact on society brought about globalization and mobility. Society's influence on it created a demand to transition, collaborate, and communicate. The 1970s can be characterized as the decade that framed the delivery of modern technology. This is evident with the invention of the PC. It created a new way for humans to interact. The 80s can be viewed as the decade of expression. The digital cellular phone started a communication trend that has stood the test of time. Social change was occurring on an individual basis, and the cell phone helped to globalize the way we communicate. Arguably the apex of the information age, the 90s took the human experience to the next level. This decade is outlined and highlighted by globalization and mobility. The invention of the World Wide Web clearly signified we are in the information age. Through the World Wide Web, people are able to communicate and connect all around the world. This tool will fulfill man's need to be involved. It allows all to experience change and transition. Based on my completed timeline, I have concluded that the technology strand is the most influential strand. And the inventions of the PC in the 1970s, the cellular phone in the 1980s, and the World Wide Web in the 1990s provided the basis for modern technology and will help foster in the fourth wave.